What's up, guys? This is the reviewer here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Big Mouth Valentine's Day special. So, Big Mouth, it's a Netflix show. It has 2 seasons so far, and it follows 4 or 5 kids that are in 8th grade, basically that start going through puberty, and it's more of a fantasy world because there's hormone monsters and like all these like concepts like the sexcapade and all these different things that wouldn't actually happen. But basically, it goes through how hard it is to go through puberty and like how awkward it could be, like in like a boner and stuff. And so, a lot of people think it's pretty bad, like it's pretty immature and stuff. I personally think it's pretty funny and kind of relatable, honestly. And so, it's overall a pretty good show. Season two, in my opinion, was better than season one. And so it said it was season three, episode one. So they might just make this the first episode of season three because they're also going with like how the rest of the show's going. Like they left off right after season two, and so basically this is pretty much an extended episode of Big Mouth. It's double its normal runtime. It's 45 minutes, and there are pretty much 6 major stories going on in this 45 minutes. And I thought it was impressive that they pulled it off in the way they did because they told like 3 normal plots and like 3 subplots, which is pretty impressive to do in like 45 minutes because you have to do everything first act in like 15 minutes and then everything second act in like 15 minutes and then finish it up in like 15 minutes, like all these different storylines, and they actually come together pretty nicely, which I'll talk about. So, the first one I'll talk about, this is the most simple one, is there's Devin. We have seen him and Devon going pretty much back and forth throughout the show, like kind of on and off relationship. So, I think at the beginning of the show they were dating, but then they broke up for a while. And in this one, Devin is I don't think they're together. I think he is trying to win her back, and we see him in school. He gives her some roses, and she says that she wants to be devastated. And then he gives her a puppy, and she says no. She keeps shooting him down, which she's just being a total jerk. Like he's giving her all this stuff to try and win her back, and she's like, "Oh no, I want to be devastated." And it's like, what does that mean? I think it's actually like they're trying to show how sometimes girls can be really complicated, especially in like middle school. So I think they're over exaggerating how complicated girls can be sometimes. But then basically it ends where he gives her a ring and essentially proposes, even though they're in middle school, but whatever. And that's the one that like gets her. She wanted to be, I guess that's what devastated means. So pretty simple storyline. Maybe that will come to play in season three. Like they'll just be like engaged the whole time and going through like marriage troubles or something. So next one I will talk about is the Missy and Andrew storyline. Essentially, Andrew at the end of the last season found out that Missy still has feelings for him. So Andrew at first kind of tries to play it smooth. He gives her this card like, "Oh, your move, mama," and then that she kind of just ignores it because no girl would actually would like swoon over a "your move, mama" card. And and Andrew ends up getting really jealous because she starts talking to the guy in the wheelchair. I think his name's Leroy, but not positive about that. And he starts getting really jealous, and it ends with Andrew essentially like terrorizing. I don't not terrorizing, but pretty much trying to make the kid in the wheelchair walk to show that he's faking. It's mostly just he's overcome with jealousy and he's not thinking. And it kind of ends that Missy did like him, but he doesn't anymore because of the way he was acting. So that will probably definitely be a theme of season three if they continue with what this episode said. And then, so there's Jay's storyline, which it's honestly, like, it's stupid, but it's like all Jay's storylines, basically. Just him. I mean, there was a little bit of him, like, struggling with his actual emotions, but that like arc was kind of just a throwaway joke. and and so basically what's going on here is he has, I don't know their names, if they even have names, but so there's the girl pillow and the boy pillow, and we found out at the end of last season that Jay might like guys as well. So right now he calls himself bi. My guess is that he'll just kind of be gay. It'll just kind of be leading into that, like he'll slowly get away from girls and be into guys, but he'll date a natural guy. He'll probably date oh, what's the gay guy's name in the show? I don't know, but it's the main gay guy that that I'll talk about this later, but that Jesse befriends. And so basically, Jay wants to be the ultimate sex machine, and so he wants to try and have sex with both of them, but then he can't do it because you can't do like the two girls to one dance thing, but like with sex, you just can't do that. Speaking from experience, obviously. And so he ditches the pillows, and he shows he wants like a break right now. I don't know if that was supposed to be something meaningful. I think it was almost like a spoof of something meaningful because he's not gonna be having sex with these pillows. And so I guess that was Jay's like mini arc in this. That was more of like a subplot. And then so Nick at the end of last season got Connie as his new hormone monster because he can't have Rick anymore because Rick is way too old. So he's Connie, and it's kind of weird having a girl as this hormone monster, but as it goes on, he kind of gets used to it. And really, his whole thing is just about he doesn't have much to do. It's mostly just him getting used to Connie. And if I feel like if I were in a situation, I would rather have a girl hormone monster because she would be better with talking to girls and everything. Like in middle school, talking to girls is really awkward and new and everything. And if you had an actual girl there telling you what to do, I feel like it's a lot easier than having a boy there telling you what to do because he probably doesn't know because he's another guy. So I feel like I would rather have Connie than Maury, although Maury is hilarious. And Maury was a little bit sidelined in season 2, so I was glad to see him come out a bunch in this. And then so there's Coach Steve. This was another just kind of subplot, but he kind of falls for this Walgreens thing that talks to him. This was really that was honestly the whole subplot, but it was worth mentioning. And I think it's honestly just to bridge the two seasons so that we see that because he got fired from his coaching job, so now he works at Walmart or Walgreens or whatever. And there's Jesse's storyline, which has a little bit more meat because it basically starts with her being really mad at her mom because she hears her mom having like lesbian sex in the other room, and then she's kind of like sick of Valentine's Day because she feels kind of bad about being alone, so she goes on a date with the gay guy. I still don't remember his name. And then they kind of have a nice time, and she learns that she wants her mom to be happy. Well, he kind of says her that she should be happy for her mom for finding love, for finding like true love, and then that's kind of how that ends. And it was a nice little story arc. And so those were the 6 main things going on, and they did a pretty good job keeping it pretty well balanced. Also, it was also a musical at the same time. There were like 4 songs in there, and some of the characters, my guess is it was like stand-ins, but it sounded really good. Like I would listen to some of those songs again, like Connie's voiceover of Changes. And so basically, it all pretty much comes to conclusion at Lola's party, where Andrew pushes where basically Missy is like, I don't like you anymore, Andrew, and Jay's there, and Nick's there, and he says Happy Valentine's Day to Gina, so she might be back in the mix again in season 3. So overall, I thought this was really good. I was really happy with it. I think it's probably better than some of the stuff in season 1 and 2. I feel like the show just kind of gets better as it goes on because you start to care for the characters more. I think this is mostly to serve as maybe a reminder that Big Mouth is still around, and probably a bridge between season 2 and season 3 because a lot happened at the end of season 2. So this bridge is definitely going to help close off or maybe start some of the storylines for season 2/3. I overall thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a B plus actually. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. This has been the reviewer. Consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We're almost to 200 subscribers, guys. We could do this. And I don't know if you guys like this video. This video gets like 25 likes, let's say. Then I'll talk more about Big Mouth. I'll talk about season 1, season 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, and keep watching movies.